Okay, shop hands, let's talk a little bit about die grinders. Let me get this turned down just a little bit here. Okay, now what I have here is the first die grinder ever made. And it was made, I don't know. Well, not really, but this is a pretty cool old die grinder. It's a Thor Bantam. And it's like cast aluminum, and it's got outside oil holes. It's just real cool, but it doesn't work very good. But it's still usable. Got a little flap of abrasive paper and a slotted thing there. Works so good that way. Okay. Now, this is the standard die grinder. You can see I've got the little bit hazardous disc, wore down cutoff wheel. You can be Michelangelo with that. You can make gear teeth, right? Do all kinds of things with this, and you gotta be very careful. Okay, but you can do it. Okay, be careful. Now, the grinders I'm gonna show you are more like air motors, and it says right on them, do not do this, do not use this. And the reason is the RPM is too slow on them. And let's have a look at them. Okay. We'll get the antique tripod. Down we go. And we'll come on over and we'll have a look. Let me get it all the way down. See if we can see these things. Yeah. Okay, here they are. I got 4 of these. And let's have a close look. They're made by Cleco. C-L-E-C-O. And you know, like I say, they're a little over half horsepower, 0.6 horsepower. I have a ball, 1/2 inch ball, long shank in this, okay? And it's got Erickson collets, which is really cool. Kind of got a little snagged up here on its line. Now, I did remove the safety, and I'll show you why a little bit later. And you got to be very careful with these things. The single disc wheels can snag, and you can really get injured. So we only use burrs in this. Okay. Now let's have a close look at putting the burr in. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Kind of difficult. It's easier if I'm not trying to video it. So, okay, so what I have, I have one of these in a vise. Let me get it right center in the vise, and I want it pretty tight. And you see these have 2 flats. And there's a couple of reasons. I'm going to show you one maybe you didn't know. Okay, I'm going to get this in there. And these are solid steel. There's no aluminum. Okay, that's in there pretty snug. Now, I cleaned the collet. Erickson 200 here, 1/4 inch. They're available from MSC. So is the grinder, $700. Okay, so I got this clean. I put the collet in. Here's the collet nut. La 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 la. Okay, now here's a long burr. And they come too long, so I cut them off where I want them, okay? And so I'm gonna, put it in about that far. So I'm gonna stick it in with my fingers that far. Then I'm going to start snugging that nut with my fingers. And once I got a little bit snug, I'm gonna give it just a little twist. And you'll feel it being kind of bumpy, then it gets smooth. That's where you want it, right there. Okay, where are those wrenches? There they are on the floor. Hold on. Of course they're on the floor. Okay, here's the wrenches. And I'm just going to snug it. Okay. I'll put them right here on the vise. That's probably where they were. Oh, okay. Let's get a dial indicator on there. Now, we want these to run smooth, true. And if they don't, they bounce. And that's why I'm sure some of you may have had problems, okay? So I'm just going to load this indicator a little bit. How's that showing up? I think okay. Okay, we got about 15 thousandths. Okay. 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 Now, okay, there's a high spot. Now I'm going to pull it away. Okay, that's where the indicator is off. It's good. Okay. Hey, we're doing pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to get the wrenches on there again and give it a snug. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good right there, pretty tight. How we doing? That's not too bad. Okay, let's get the high spot a little bit up. That's really good. 2 thousandths is good. Now, if it's not, and maybe we can get a little bit better, you take your one-eyed hammer and you look at it. Okay. You can use a wrench. Okay, we're going to find the high spot and we're going to pull it away and give it a little smack. Let's see what it does now. Probably made it worse. Oh my God, do you see that? That thing is running within 1 thousandth. Okay, how's that? Now, the truer you can get this thing to run, of course, the smoother it's going to be, okay? I just wanted to show you that you can set that. Bend it and give it a tap, okay? You might have to play around with it. That's really nice to see that run like that. Okay. Now, it's also good, see if I can do that real quick, to go ahead and check it on the cutter. And just make sure that it's not, that the cutter doesn't have something really, let's see, yeah, I'm running it that way, run it backwards. Nothing really out of hand there. You can see it jumping. Very good, very good. Okay. Well, are we still there? Did I knock you down? Is it clicking? It's still going. Sometimes this thing stops. And I think I have enough time to show you something else. Okay, I showed you how true it runs. Or how to run it, make it run true. I showed you. Okay, now I got this kind of jerry-rigged. And let's do a little cut. This is a piece of 4140. Okay. And I'm going to plug in this little crappy compressor. It's hard for me to run compressor here because it irritates the neighbors. So let me plug this in. Okay, now these things have power at low speed. And I hope you can see this. Now it's going to scream at first. These are very loud. Now watch this. Okay. That's just very, very low. Okay, watch it. Now it's more like, I stalled it there. It's more like rotary filing, see? You hear that motor pop, 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 pop? Okay. Okay, now the reason I have so many of these grinders here is because it takes time to set them up, you know, like that, to get these burrs running true. Now, I've used these things out in the field and, you know, to do like machine work where you become the machine. And these are your spindles and cutters, okay? So you have to have speed control. And so I have it on my benches, but here I have a portable, this unit here. I've used this off service trucks, you know, on equipment that's been busted and welded out in the field. You know, and you have to create a oil-tight surface and stuff. You can use these and then, of course, finish it off with big files. But stuff like this works. And I don't know. You'll be seeing me using these tools, so I thought I'd introduce these to you. This is heavy industrial tools. You don't find them on the Snap-on truck. So, but MSC has them, and the burrs don't compromise. Buy the very best ones. You know, and they're not cheap. Don't buy the 3 for this or import. Buy good stuff. Okay. Catch you later.